Hello, everyone. This is Marita, one who catches lightning, with the Path of Ish podcast, Walking with Our Shadow, where we share ancient indigenous teachings of remembrance, all so we can walk and learn how to walk a path of radical self-love. Hello, everyone. It's good to be here again in this circle. To take time to sit with all our relationships, to check in, to share medicine. So today, as you gather yourself, take the time that you need to do any practice of clearing and grounding. And I do want to say that there is a bit of a difference between both. Sometimes you can combine a clearing and a grounding practice. And if you're not familiar with any of these terms or grounding, I do have a podcast on discovering a new way to ground, and go ahead and check that out and take your time. And if all that you do today is just connect with your breath and are conscious and aware of your breath as it rises and it falls, that is more than enough. Today, the topic that wants to come into the circle is a conversation of reclamation. And as this word starts to land in your ears and in your thoughts and in your body, just notice your reaction to it. How does this word make you feel? Physically? Emotionally? What are the stories of reclamation that you have or do not have? What are the surrounding, interwoven emotions that spring up? The secondary, the tertiary emotions. I'm going to say the word again, and I want you to really observe yourself. So just take a moment to reset, and let's settle in a little bit deeper. Let's invite all of our parts into this circle, into this conversation. And if you need to do anything else or get anything else, make sure that you are taking care of yourself while you're listening to this podcast. You need to pause and get up and get some water or stretch. This time is for you. So let us invite our mind, our bodies, and our essence into this time and place as we take our 3 breaths, this 3-breath practice that we call Ik here at the Path of Ish. The first one in and out through the nose. And let's welcome our mind into this time and space. In and out through the nose, and let's welcome our body into this time and space. In and out through the nose, let's welcome our essence into this time and space. If you have a practice, like one of my students, of inviting these 3 parts into your heart center, please do so now. By inviting these parts to participate, we are allowing them to reclaim their beingness with us, their distinctness within us. So many times we're in a rush that we are not aware of our many parts. And these 3 aren't the only ones. There's quite a bit more. But these three are really the basic building blocks of conversation, relationship, and commitment to self. What I find curious is even in the conversation of these three parts, many people believe that their mind leads everything. But the deeper that we go into these practices and expand upon them in class circles that I teach, many times people discover that it's really their essence that's leading, or really their body that has been leading the whole time. And how do we discover this? It just takes practice. Practice getting to know yourself, practice getting to know these parts. The practice of reclamation, of reclaiming space for yourself in your day, time for yourself in your day, and really getting down to who am I now? In this moment, in this time, in this place, can I be present? As we reclaim our sovereignty, as we learn how to reclaim taking up space, as we reclaim our right to be patient with yourself. It takes time and compassion. But this journey of reclaiming yourself allows yourself the potential freedom that you have been craving. It's easy these days to feel very overwhelmed or underwhelmed. And when we are on either side of the pendulum, many times our reaction will be to not claim space. Many times when people feel overwhelmed, they retreat. The reclamation of private space is a retreat from the greater space, and then sometimes even further retreat into themselves. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. We have all done it. Sometimes we have to go to ground. But many times in this retreat, we're not present with ourselves. And retreating your ground is different from reclaiming your ground. And today we're speaking about reclaiming. Now, we've spoken a bit about the right to be and the difference between cultures around this teaching. And just to refresh your memory a little bit, when I'm speaking about a right to be, these are from teachings that I have been taught since I was young, passed down generation to generation, passed down from teachers from many indigenous circles in different ways. And the right to be in these circles in the indigenous way exists because you are alive. Whilst the Western society says your right to be is given to you once you have earned it and proven your value. And many times at the cost of your life is proving your value. And of course, this is post-industrialized society, and there are examples of it even before that. So I just want that to settle in a little bit. Because to reclaim, we need to know sometimes the greater stories that are holding us back. We have to look at the environment that we are in and how it has shaped us. And we must start to be in relationship with that environment and see how it is upholding stories that are not allowing you to reclaim your truth. So I want to just go through a little exercise right now. Usually when I do this in my classes, I have people draw. We love drawing in our classes. So if you'd like to join in a drawing, that'd be great. So if you grab a piece of paper, draw a circle. And in this circle is you. So you can write, draw, or express yourself in any way that this inner circle, what does this mean? How is it represented? How are you represented? Another way that you can go about this is something that we just did in our class, is using circle and using it as a pie chart. And if you want to do that, what you can do then, it's sometimes easier if you grew up in Western society to do it this way, is think of yourself and in the circle, ask the circle about your relationship with your self-care. And now remember that the circle only allows you to have 100%. You can't go beyond that, right? So be careful of those and be wary of those who say they gave 110. That means they took 10% from someone or something. And we live in this society where we want, you hear all these people say, I gave 150 or 200%. Well, you only have 100% to give. So where are you taking? Are you taking it from Mother Earth? Are you taking it from the energy of others? So first of all, check in with yourself, your body, your mind, and your essence in this circle with self-care. And draw in this circle, you can create little slices, what your self-care looks like. What's the self-care for your mind? Where is that? What's the self-care that you have for your body? And what's the self-care that you have for your essence? And then you draw a circle around that. And then in this other circle, you draw your responsibilities. These can include humans, other humans in your life that you have to feed and take care of, jobs, friends, and how much of do they take up? And see what chunk is there. And just take your time. And again, ask the circle. And the reason that I say ask the circle is that you might have an idea, but the circle in and of itself, from the beginning of time, it is an image and a blueprint that holds us, renews us, and gives us some amazing information that we might not have because we don't view ourselves that same way. Well, how could you have a relationship with circle? Trust me, you can. Come to our classes, come to our circles, and we'll definitely teach you how to have a relationship with it. Now, as you're observing these two circles that you have before you, as you see your life before you, is it balanced? Or do you have leaks between your circle and your outer circle? Is your time for mental health not even present in this circle? And all of that goes to caretaking others. Or what about physical health? The reason I don't have you doing just one large circle with all of this inside is because you have a right to be. You have a right for self-care that equals 100%. And then from that overflow, you can go and be in relationship with others. But many times, what happens when we do this exercise is that people's outer circle will have 100% of their time and commitment, and the inner circle has none. This is not to shame or to judge, but this is to really just start to put on paper to visually see where is our energy going and to whom and to what. And is that a reciprocal relationship? This is another part of drawing this circle. If there's energy coming out from that inner circle to that outer circle, is there energy coming in? Are you in relationships that are giving back to you? Now, sometimes it won't be that one relationship that is completely 100% reciprocal. And if that's the case, that's fine. Are you getting that extra from someone else or something else? Remember, when we speak about relationships at the Path of Ish, these are not human-centric relationships. So maybe you have a relationship with an animal, with the plant kingdom, with the mineral kingdom that hold you and can give back to you. And this is when you take time to build relationship in a right way. You're not just going to go and grab a crystal and use it. You're going to ask permission, right? Living in right relationship. But if you feel used, you will also use. Reclaiming ourselves, our time, our boundaries, our right to be is to reclaim right relationship. I have a series coming up over the next couple of months that is about examining relationships with the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, and the mineral kingdom. I hope you'll join us. We start soon. And the reason for these classes is that many times we do not have human mirrors that teach us right relationship or balanced. But if we go to the other kingdoms, they can reflect to us a different way of relationship. A small example would be the tree kingdom. And it has been observed and studied that even though sometimes you might see a stump in the wood, it is not completely dead. It has been observed that the network and the system and the family around it is still feeding this tree. Look at the relationship between the mycelia kingdom and the tree kingdom. What's going on there? How are they working together in a cohesive manner where both recognize their own sovereignty and beingness and the other ones as well, and they work together? And one of these things about these other kingdoms is they don't as much question their right to be, their right to exist, their right to be in relationship with the all. Therefore, many times, by going to nature in a non-dominant Western fashion and learning how to observe and learn, we can then have a different way of life reflected back to us that gives us then the courage to reclaim our right to be. So let's just take another 3 breaths right now and just reset a little bit. First breath in and out, and just check in with your mind right now. How's your mind doing with all of this? In and out through the nose. How's your body doing with all of this? In and out through the nose. And how's your essence doing with all of this? So as we come back and resettle, Let's go back to the circle that we just drew, your inner circle and an outer circle. And without judgment, can we just observe what is working for us and what is not? And just because we drew something out, it doesn't mean we have to change anything. But until you see it, until you are honest with it, it is only then that you can make a choice. Because many times when we are overwhelmed, we retreat. And that habit that saves us as we retreat into ourselves sometimes means we're not actually reclaiming our right to be. We shrink our needs for health and wellness and abundance because we're feeding a larger outer circle. So even just observe, did you draw your inner circle really small and your outer circle really big? And this is something that you can do any time in the day, just as a check-in. Where am I at? Or am I just reacting and retreating? Or am I making a conscious decision to reclaim my right to be, my space, my time, my voice in a good way? And so let us do a small meditation. If you want to keep your circle out, that's great. Put your hand on it if you want, or see how it wants to interact with you. But find, a comfortable space, reset yourself. If you like to close your eyes down. If you want to hold a gentle gaze, do so now. And let's just allow ourselves to be welcome. Welcome to observation. Because observation allows us and gives us information that we might not usually have if you do not have a practice of observing. And by extending your practice of observation to different kingdoms, to different cultures outside of yours, then you can be informed of new stories and new ways. So let's take our 3 breaths again, in and out through the nose. Inviting back our mind into this time and space and circle and meditation. In and out through the nose. Inviting our body into this time, this space, this circle, this meditation. In and out through the nose. Inviting our essence into this time, this place, this circle meditation. And just take a moment to connect to your circle in front of you, the circle inside of you if you go to your heart center to do this. And ask circle, where do I have energy leaks? Where am I giving my power away, my joy away, my laughter, my fun? Who have I given it to? Have they given it back? How long have I given up my joy? And can you then, as you're starting to get some information back, and for my students, of course, go to your alliances for extra help. And as the observations, the information of these observations that circle has for you come in, you can then make a decision to start reclaiming your right to be. If you notice that you have stopped laughing lately because people have told you to be more serious or to be grown up or whatever, go back to the last person that sent that, do it so in your mind's eye, and take your laughter back. That person took away your laughter. They snatched it up, put it in a bag. Take it back. If someone took your joy away, go back and reclaim it. If someone took your heart away, go back and reclaim it. As we do so in the etheric field, whatever tradition you come from or practices that has alliances or guides, use them to help you in this reclamation, to witness you in this reclamation. And once you've gone around this outer circle of all the things and all the beings and situations that have taken away your joy, your laughter, your time, your wellness, your health, and you're reclaiming back, fill yourself up with you, your joy, your abundance, your health, your wellness, your silliness, your laughter, your intelligence, your right to be. And also for those who always feel like they need to be perfect, reclaim your right to make mistakes. We learn from our mistakes. Reclaim your right to evolve, change, and grow at the pace that you can. And once you feel you are complete with this meditation, you'll slowly start coming back. Taking 3 breaths in and out through our nose, bringing back and giving thanks to our essence for participating in this circle, in and out through the nose, thanking our body for participating in this circle, in and out through the nose, thanking our mind for participating in this circle. We thank each of them for reclaiming their voice in this time, in this space, in this circle. We thank Circle for showing us where our energy is or has gone out, and for reflecting back to us how we can, instead of retreating and becoming smaller and then giving all of our power away, we can start to take up space and reclaim our right to be. I want to thank all my teachers that have given me the permission to do this podcast, to share these wisdom teachings with you. I want to thank all my students and all of everyone who is listening around the world. Thank you for listening and for sharing this podcast. I hope to see you in one of our circles soon. We have a few going on. I hope to see you in Jaguar Circle or one of our cacao circles as we sit, as we listen, as we witness each other reclaim ourselves, honoring you and your work and your medicine. I hope you have the courage today and this week to be radically you today. Once again, it is with deepest gratitude that I bow to you for joining me on this podcast, this episode, this circle, this plática, this meditation, this remembering. I hope that you have stayed curious. I hope to see you in the circle again next week. So make sure that you like or follow. Until then, may you be blessed with abundance of peace and radical self-love.